What is up, all my fellow operatives? You know me. My name is Taft Taylor. You might know me as the Nemesis, James Taylor. That's exactly what this is. The Nemesis Sessions, episode 14, season 2. This is an open mic night. And one of my first guests who decided he wanted to jump on this Shazam-looking thing right here is the hardcore king himself with his apparent black background because he's trying to look transparent, I guess. Mr. Atomic Titan. Titan, you got the rotten sunglasses on. I see that, and I appreciate that. And I like your little belt. It looks like crap on your shoulder, but beside the point, what brought you to grace us with your presence? Welcome to the Nemesis Sessions again.
Well, season 8 is coming up very soon. You know, there's a lot I got to talk about.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that. Season 8. You got season 8 of Testing Chat. Can you see this? Of course we can. Jonathan, he said, yo. And Lizzie saying, hey, looks like you got some fans in here already, Mr. Titan. Season 8, TBW, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. We'll plug it down in the description below so you can check them out. Go give them a subscribe, follow, like, hit the bell, whatever you need to be able to see the content. Go follow them on TikTok as well at Tennessee Backyard Wrestling 2017. Is that right, Titan?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think that's right. You shut your mouth. So anyways, I'm the host here. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Before
Don't disrespect your hardcore king.
I'm sorry, okay? I apologize. I'm just a little rambunctious. I've been eating some of this Lindar's chocolate, and they screwed me by giving me the white fudge ones. Who wants this white fudge chocolate crap? This thing sucks. Anyways, so beside the point, Mr. Titan, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling is going to have season 8 coming. And season 7 was great. It was spectacular. It was a hell of a season. I mean, there was a lot of ups and downs in it, but at the same time, it was a very empowering season, if I may say so. You became the hardcore king. You became the hardcore champion, nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And now here you are. We had a amazing and a very successful season finale. So talk to me about season finale and what happened and what's your plans for season 8.
You seen what I did at season finale? Joe Anderson didn't have a damn chance against me. You know, we went through like 2 months of going back and forth. And then Jacob Young entering himself into that matchup at All Hallows Mania. Mm-hmm. Look what I did to him. I won the hardcore title. And, you know, I'm not even a hardcore guy. I didn't come from hardcore. But now this is around my waist, on my shoulder. And you know what? Season finale, yeah, we can talk about that. It was just another night for me. It was an easy night.
Just another night at the office for you?
Yeah. And you see what I did? I put an end to Joe Anderson. He doesn't even deserve to step in the same ring with me anymore. He needs to move on to something else, or better yet, he could retire. I don't really give a damn, but his chances are over. It's time for somebody else to step up.
Somebody else, like a worthy challenger, perhaps, for your title?
I don't think anybody's worthy. Don't even say that. That's not in the same sentence.
So how long do you plan on keeping that title?
Like I've said, forever. I'm not losing this thing. There's nobody in backyard wrestling or wrestling at all that's going to be able to take this off of me. And, you know, I haven't even been doing this long, and people's already praising me. But some people are haters out there. See, I'm the hardcore king. Anybody can go out there and have a hardcore match, but they don't stand on my damn level. I'm the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. I can take that from Bret Hart. I have inspiration from him. But you know what? There's nobody in hardcore wrestling that does it like me. Jimmy Controversy was scared of me. Hardcore, Obey, all of them guys. They don't stand a chance. Not even Dustin Alexander.
Damn.
Nobody.
Yeah, you're talking a big game there, and I mean, I respect that. I respect that. So you're saying basically the whole season 8, probably even season 9, you're going to hold that title and it ain't leaving you.
It's not going anywhere, James. Let's be honest.
You know, I'd love to get into a little bit more, but before we get on to a much bigger subject, I got a guest for you. And this guest wants to come on, and he obviously would like to meet you face to face, character to character, ego
Who's the
to
loser?
ego, different universes actually meeting. The Hardcore King, Mr. Atomic Titan, do you accept this little promo challenge maybe?
Bring on the loser, whoever it may be.
Okay, so the I don't know if he's a loser. I don't know yet, but Mr. Alexander Kelly from RUW is here, and he really would like to say something to you, Hardcore King. And
Damn, I could log off now if I want. If you want me to,
you could. I mean, you could. But
what does he have to say?
This is an open mic night, so it would be awesome for you to keep gracing us with your black glasses and your little screen. And obviously, he's trying to match you. Maybe he's inspired by you, but this isn't between me and you. Not yet. One day.
That's right, inspired.
But Mr. Alexander Kelly, this is your Hardcore King, Mr. Atomic Titan.
Yeah, and you better respect me, kid. Show me the respect.
He's not my Hardcore King.
I am. Don't disrespect me.
Hardcore King. You said you're not really a hardcore guy, yet you hold the hardcore championship.
I was never from hardcore wrestling.
If you're not a hardcore guy, why don't you give that championship on your shoulders to someone who's been watching and studying deathmatch wrestling since he was 9 years old?
Why would I just hand the title over? You think I'm some idiot?
No.
I don't just give up championships. I could hold any championship right now.
I'm not asking you to give me that title. I'm asking you, maybe in season 8, if I step foot into TBW, maybe I'm next.
Maybe you're next.
maybe I'm next.
You'll be put down like the rest of them. It ain't even worth it.
If I'm not mistaken, your style of hardcore is steel chairs, tables, Kindle sticks, stop signs, stuff like that. Yeah. My style of hardcore is thumbtacks, light tubes, barbed wire, and flaming tables. That's my kind of hardcore. My biggest inspiration is not you. My biggest inspiration is Jon Moxley.
Oh, the guy that cuts himself every match to bleed?
I grew up watching Jon Moxley. I've watched his bouts in CZW, and that was undoubtedly the best work of Moxley's entire professional wrestling career, where he fought the likes of Nick Gage, Sami Callihan, Homicide, Brody Lee, Scotty Vortex, Drake Younger. That is the type of work that I grew up watching, and I've studied. I've utilized that hook and ladder. I've utilized the cross-face chicken wing, but the thing is, it's been so long since I've been in a backyard wrestling ring, no one has given me the opportunity to actually utilize what the beloved Chris Nitro has taught me in those 2 years that I have been absent from a backyard wrestling company. I have owned my company since 2020, but I need a backbone. And maybe TBW can be that backbone. And maybe, just maybe, that hardcore championship can be on someone who actually deserves it. Your 2-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion.
Wait, hold up. You're saying that you deserve this.
I deserve that more than
you. You listen, right now, I look at you as an unworthy competitor. I don't even think you're a competitor at all. I really don't. I honestly look at you and don't even fear you one bit.
You know
I'm
what?
not scared of you. I will never be scared of someone like you.
You don't have to fear me. I don't fear anyone. I don't even fear this man, James Taylor.
Look, man, I'll just keep it simple for you.
I don't fear the Madhouse Jackal, even though he's retired. I don't fear Gage Flair, and I certainly don't fear you.
Well, my buddy Sarge has got the drink and the popcorn. He looks like he's enjoying this. Let's take a quick little 10 seconds to do a plug. I want to shout out to Mr. Beast and his new Feastables candy bar. Check that out. I got the almond one, and these things are pretty dope, so definitely check it out. Back to you guys.
Is that all you eat is chocolate? That's all you eat? That's all you eat is chocolate?
That is all I eat. That is the Taft Taylor diet. You know what, Titan?
No wonder you look so much older.
Let's put the heat on you a little bit. I got one more guy. He actually just wants to come on here for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Oh God,
but
who is it?
if he's ready, all he's got to do is just nod his head up and down. Okay, he's gonna come on here maybe for a few seconds, maybe a minute, but he just wanted to make a plug, and let's hear him. And this is from Promo Wrestling Federation. His name is the Sarge. Sarge, welcome.
Yo, the Fines 3. What's up, guys? You two could start yelling at each other when I leave. Taff, thank you for the 60-second plug. King Vampire, I face at Defiance 3. He says he's going to beat me, but he won't. You know why? Because I'm a god, just like Peter Richards. I'm going to walk into Defiance 3 as your PWF United States Heavyweight Champion. Walk out the PWF United States World Heavyweight Champion with a little trick up my sleeve. Because what's going to happen at Defiance 3, nobody's ever going to see coming. Because that's what the Sarge does. And have a good night, y'all. And see you at Defiance 3, Mr. Oh, what you want, Mr. Taylor?
I know, Sarge. I know you're a busy man. You're meeting other superstars out in New York City and all that stuff. The guy from New York, by the way, ladies and germs. But real quick, what if Atomic Titan showed up at Defiance 3 and challenged you instead and decided to beat your ass and take your United States title? What would you think of that?
If I have to put my U.S. title on the line against Titan, he has to put his hardcore title on the line against me. Title for title. How about that? Main event, Defiance 3. LA.
I don't know. Can a title make its way into 2K Fed? Who knows? What do you have to say about that, Mike?
Like I said, another easy win right there. This guy's not a challenge.
I guess you don't know what the Sarge is all about. Maybe my little trick up my sleeve shouldn't be wasted on King Vampire now, and maybe a chicken shit like you.
Oh, really? Okay. So you're saying I'm scared? I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you.
I've got one other thing I want to say.
Oh.
Well, Sarge, thank you so much for stopping by. We're going to let you go. So
Ty, go get some duct tape and put it on your mouth. I've got a few words to say. I want to play.
You're welcome. I'll be waiting for my paycheck tomorrow morning in my quick pay.
Keep an eye out for that direct deposit. We'll see you later.
Oh, I will. If not, I'm going to whip your ass at Defiance 3 all over LA before I kick King Vampire's ass.
While we're on the topic of PWF Defiance, Atomic Titan, you may be the hardcore champion, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm the challenger for the PWF Deathmatch Championship. Something far more grittier. And
where's that match taking place at? Okay.
We just want to say hello to our friends up there in the northern area, Dark Cryptic Wrestling DKW. Say hello to those gentlemen. But yeah, what do you think about that, Titan, with what he just said?
Just leave it to me. You don't have the skills. I don't think you're gonna win it. You don't have it in you. I don't think you have the voice, the promo to win that championship.
Why don't we do something right here for the first time here on the Nemesis sessions? And let's do a little small 60-second promo battle. Are you two interested? Promo for promo.
Challenger goes first.
Challenger goes first. Okay, we're going to do this for the Nemesis session. You know what? I'm going to make it something special. Let's just, okay, I don't have something on me really, but let's just pretend. We'll set it up for later. It's the first ever Nemesis Sessions Wrestling Podcast Championship belt. Vacant title, promo battle, Alexander Kelly, the Bad Attitude, versus the Atomic Titan. Now, this isn't going to be for the title. Actually, this is going to be to basically put you in a bracket. We'll do more details. This is on a whim. We're just going to have some fun because we got the hardcore king right here, and we got the guy who says he's the king of deathmatch wrestling. Interesting. And Commissioner Beast gracing us. I know you know who Commissioner Beast is with the crazy looking eye right there, but he's saying, who is this guy, Alexander Kelly? You obviously somebody.
Hang on a damn minute, Commissioner Beast. You don't know who I am. Don't get me wrong. Me not being involved in backyard wrestling for 2 years, understandable. Who am I? I am your former two-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion. I am the former leader of the Influence in WEF. I am the former Dark Messiah of backyard wrestling. Now, the bad attitude and the worst attitude you will ever meet in your life. That is who I am.
Well, that being said,
Let's see where that bad attitude comes from because I'm not seeing it.
Keep talking, you'll see.
Hold on. So how about this? We're going to do a 60-second promo, but here's the topic, and this is going to be a very interesting topic. Alexander Kelly, you clearly have issues with this man, Atomic Titan. Why don't you dig down into those feelings and give me 60 seconds on a promo? I'll hit the timer. Hold on. Commissioner Beast has something to say. Keyword former. A lot of them say.
And y'all can say current.
Accomplishments are accomplishments, Beast.
Okay. So
you know what? How about you cut a promo about how you're going to take this title right here away from me?
You know what? Thank you, Titan. See, Titan using his knowledge right there. So, Kelly, you got 60 seconds. Are you ready to do this? Can you do this off a whim? This is a test, and it's not just for you. This is a test for Titan as well. Titan's laying out the challenge. He's waiting in TBW. He's waiting in the ring. He's opening season 8, and he's saying there's no man alive that can take this title from me. Then, boom, you show up. You're in the ring. You're looking at him right here. What do you say? I'm going to give you a countdown. Are you ready? 5, 4, and when I say time, that means you're up.
Wait, is it me?
This is you. You Titan's in your face, and he's saying there ain't nobody going to take this title from me. This is your chance, okay?
1 minute.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Atomic Titan, you want me to tell you how and when I'm going to take that championship. I'm going to take that championship as soon as I step foot into TBW. I don't even need to make a name for myself, right? Because I have been making a name for myself up here for the past 2 years. I've been trained in the ring by Chris Nitro. I have watched people bleed. I've watched people die around me, both physically and spiritually. And you wonder why I call myself a bad attitude? It's because everyone I've ever loved is no longer here. It is because every person that I've ever met has treated me like shit, no matter where I am. All the white trash pieces of shit here in Barberville, I can't go out on the street without a weapon in my pocket, okay? The throwing shit at me, calling me names, making fun of everything that I've ever done in that ring. And it's all on the line when I step across the ring from you.
Time. So, Atomic Titan, your rebuttal, 60 seconds on the clock, and 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Alexander Kelly, you were nothing to me like all of the people I have challenged in the past or that have stepped up for this title. You want to say all your problems in the past are going to come out on me when you face me? Nah, buddy, that's not going to happen. I'm going to hit you with every single weapon that I can come across. And I'm going to make you hurt so badly, you're going to be wishing that pain that you felt actually is true. Because my pain that I'm going to give to you is worse. It's going to be worse. And you're going to be crying, bleeding on the mat as I pin you 1, 2, 3. And you will bow down and respect your hardcore king at the end of the day. You're nothing to me, and that you never will be. You want to say Chris Nitro trained you? Well, I beat him, buddy. And that's the facts. You're not going to be able to do nothing.
Time. All right, ladies and germs that's watching, if you could vote for who you think was better on the mic in this one. I can give my honest opinion if you like. I think it was kind of neck and neck. Mr. Jonathan is just doing a bunch of and sleeping, so he's talking trash to you. And then he said Kelly. He's voting for Kelly.
Oh, they probably...
I think it was a little neck and neck. So, Titan, I'm going to throw the question to you here.
Okay.
Are you a little bit intimidated by somebody like Alexander Kelly?
No, I'm not intimidated at all.
What exactly? Oh, excuse me. That's Mr. B. Tell you what exactly do you think? How do you think, honestly, your honest opinion? How do you think it would go if it was you and him, one-on-one street fight for that title? Like, just give me
It wouldn't
description.
even last 5 minutes, honestly.
What
You
would
see
you
what
do?
I would do?
I whoop your
I'll
ass.
Kelly, I'll ask you, Kelly, after I ask him. I want to know describe the match. What would you think would happen? It'd be 5 minutes. So what would you do?
We would start off. I would literally grab a weapon, probably give him a few hits, then maybe give him a running knee, hit a chair over his head, something along those lines, and it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a long match. It would be pretty easy. And I would come out on top.
Okay.
And you know that box fan I went through? Yeah, I'd probably put him through that this time.
Okay. Well then, Kelly, you're in a match with him. Can you give us a brief little description of how you think the match would go?
Everything that you said you were going to do to me, I want you to do to me. It has been too long since I've stepped into a backyard wrestling ring. I want to feel that again. I want to feel pain, because that is what fuels me to be the best in the ring. I know my previous work 3-4 years ago wasn't the best. All right. I understand that. I've gotten bullied for that. But trust me when I say, when I step foot into TBW, it's a whole different ball game. All right.
Is it?
Because like I've said, I've utilized my training in the last 2 years. All right.
You don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes.
I don't have what it takes.
Mm-mm.
Hit me with a
Not
light.
one bit.
Put me through thumbtacks. Take a pizza cutter and slice my forehead open, for crying out loud.
No, we don't. I don't do that bullshit, dude. If
You may not, but I do.
just like Titan here, you both don't know. I want to rebuttal a little bit. If I was in a hardcore match with both of you, I would crack you in half, both of you. I would hurt you to see if you could really stand.
Oh, really?
The purpose of hardcore wrestling. The fact that you got that title, Titan, congratulations. Joe Anderson, with all due respect to the guy, he's not as hardcore
He
as
sucks.
this guy. Okay? I invented hardcore wrestling way back in 99. Okay? I've been doing
This is 2024, buddy.
Time. Huh? Y'all love to
It's
interrupt.
2024, buddy.
Hey, you love to interrupt people when they talk, don't you? I'm talking, okay? Respect you.
Well, I mean, you're kind of boring over there, so you need to kind of shut up. This is my show right here. This should be my show.
I forgot. My bad. I'll tell you what. We'll get into it a little bit. You know, what was all the bullshit on Instagram of you posting a picture of me on your Instagram with me in the hat on talking trash about?
I mean,
what's that all about?
honestly, like, let's be real. You looked ridiculous. You looked like an idiot. It was unfashionable of you to wear that stupid cowboy hat. You came out there to pipe the crowd up for giggles and laughs and, oh, it's such a good time. Oh, let's stunner 2 people that, you know, are jobbers. That's what they send you out there for. You weren't on main event level like me, buddy. You never will be.
I fought.
And you know, if you stepped in the ring with me, you know what? I would fuck you up. You see, I don't want you to come back to TBW. But you know what? I hope you don't. I hope you don't. I hope you make that clear choice right there. Because if you step in the ring with me, either of you, it's not going to be pretty sight. I'm tired of you, and I'm tired of Alexander Kelly. I'm tired of all these guys thinking they're more hardcore than me. They're not.
Dude, this pair of tweezers is more hardcore than you, okay? So you and your stupid little pencil whip mustache don't impress me at all. I don't care what Alexander Kelly thinks at this moment, but I'm going to tell you something, okay? I was out there piping the crowd up, but if you forgot, that night I had a match with the #1 contender, the winner of their Rumble, the #1 contender to the world title. What were you doing? You were running around the damn place fighting for a little wussy welterweight title, whatever the hell it was.
Oh, are you upset because I was actually wrestling for some gold there?
Hey, funny you mentioned the
something
welterweight
that
title.
neither of you can
story
hold,
on that.
something that I hold and you guys don't.
That's the issue with guys like you and even guys like Kelly. you think that a title makes you relevant. See, my name's already
I
relevant.
never
I don't have
once.
to
I
have
was
a
relevant
title
without
for
it.
people. I'm talking, kid. I don't have to have a title to make my name relevant because I've already done my business in the yard. I've done every single thing that I can. And the reason you say you hope I don't come back to TBW is because you know you would piss your pants the second my music hit.
You see, like, if I'm out there sometime in season 8 and you so happen to like want to confront me, then, you know, so be it. I mean, you can come out, but you know, the end result's going to be me giving you a stunner this time.
Well, maybe I'll be giving you a running knee. Who knows? But I mean, you got to be careful what you wish for. I mean, I really ain't got a time to come on down there to Lafayette, Tennessee and get in that squared circle and deal with your little smelly fart looking ass. Okay. You sit there with your stupid little glasses on and evening, Josh. Look, here's a buddy of yours that you know, Joshua Allen. Good evening, Joshua Allen. Yeah, take your
Ain't nobody care about him
off.
either.
Take
Nobody.
your little full of shit brown eyes. Look at me and tell me that you would kick my ass. Make me believe that you would kick my ass.
James, you know I would kick your ass.
Last time
you know,
I
it's
checked,
time you stay out of the wrestling ring. You go do something else, find a new hobby, do something else because your time is past, buddy. Ain't nobody care about your old bitch ass anymore. You need to sit there and keep doing these damn podcasts because that's what's best for you, all right?
Yeah, that's why
you don't come to TBW and look me straight in the eyes. Because when I said I was the goddamn best. And that's what I meant. When I said that after All Hallows Mania, there's nobody in TBW or Backyard Wrestling that has what it takes to come up to me. They are not on my level. I've been main event level for so long. Nobody's going to take that away from me. I have what it takes every single damn day. I go out there. Every single episode. You know what? At season finale during the live viewership, I had the most views on my match at that time because you know what? People kept coming up to me saying I had the most entertaining match of the night. And you know what? I seen Joshua Allen. He wanted to come back in there. Oh, last hoorah. He's just like you, James. You know what? He doesn't deserve to be in any Hall of Fame. Why am I not in there? Why am I not being appreciated? Why?
You need it. I got an answer for you. Because someone like you is butthurt, according to Jonathan. What do you got to say about that?
I'm not butthurt. I'm just underappreciated at this point. Underappreciated, underlooked.
Demand respect. I'm telling you, kid, don't provoke me. Don't ask me to come back. Don't tell me not to.
I dare you to come back because you don't know what's going to happen.
Just like that, I'll knock your ass out.
You're not gonna do a damn thing. Let me tell you one more thing.
You get me a little bit hot right now. You got that title for a reason. The only reason you got that title is because I haven't decided to come take it off your sorry ass.
Oh, okay.
And if I wanted to, I would.
You're not going to come and take this off me. I dare you right now. Look, I want you to look me in the eyes right now. Yeah, you take your little stupid hat off. I took my little glasses off. You look me straight in the eyes. You're not going to take this from me. You understand that? I'm going to be forever hardcore champion. There's not a damn person that's going to take this off of me. And I want you to understand that. I'm the best when you're looking at me. I'm the best when you're looking in my eyes right now. I have this title for reasons because I'm the best. I wasn't even a hardcore guy. And you know what? I went into that division. I took that sorry title off of them sorry-ass competitors like Joe Anderson and Jacob Young and even Manny Cobra because people like them were half-assing it. This title hasn't been relevant since I took it. Now it's relevant, buddy. It wasn't relevant then. It's relevant now.
I'd like to see Alexander Kelly come in there and knock your head off with a steel chair.
Kelly is the wish list version of Shannon Moore. This coming from somebody who is currently kissing the ass of Jay Wilde.
Damn.
I mean, I could agree with him. I don't like Beast, but
shut up, Todd.
Y'all are nothing to me.
You know what makes you think that you're just above everybody else? I mean, really. I mean,
I've proved it for the past 7 years. You can ask anybody.
Because
last time we faced off, it was a different Atomic Titan, and if it happens again, it's going to be a different outcome. You got lucky. You straight up got lucky. Your undefeated streak in TBW, you got lucky.
I got lucky. Yeah, but you happened to be part of that streak. Did you forget about that?
Yeah, I just said it. I said you got lucky while beating me.
It wasn't luck. It was just the fact that even with a slow count, I still knocked your ass out. Period.
You know,
You got nothing to say because you know it's straight facts. And you know if I came back in there, I'm a whole different beast now than I was before. 2 years ago when you faced me, I was a different James than I am now because I'm a little bit more focused. I'm a little bit more pissed off. And I'm a lot more angrier than I've ever been in my entire career, Titan. So you can sit there with your
all right,
stupid.
well,
I let you talk.
I want you to
So you
prove
gotta
it.
respect
I
me.
want you to prove it to
There
me.
ain't
I want you
nothing
to
to
show
prove.
up and show it to me.
It's just straight facts, kid. If I decided to step foot in that 16 by 16 ring of yours and get in your face, I'd walk right up to you. I'd smack you across the face, and I'll say,
Ooh.
on,
Ooh.
because it's time.
Ooh.
Your time is, your time
Ooh.
is ticking.
Ooh.
I don't know when the next rampage is.
Ooh.
I don't know when your next title match is. That's up to the board of directors. But
Maybe
I
I won't have
promise
to
you,
defend it.
I promise you, time's ticking, Titan. And before you know it, just like that, it's going to be gone. And all you're going to be able to do is bitch about it. That's one thing you've gotten really good at over this past
You're
7
daydreaming. You're
It's
daydreaming.
bitching. Obviously, you're bad on time, too. It's not day no more. It's nighttime.
Night dreaming. You're dreaming.
Commissioner
You
said
still-
I am a former U.S. champion, LOL. Beast, would you like to come on here and speak to Titan? Probably not.
For me.
All right, Kelly, you obviously got a lot pent up. I hear you, though, Titan. I see where you're going. You're obviously getting better at talking shit. That I applaud you for. But you still ain't ready, kid. Anyways, Alexander Kelly, I mean, this is a moment. Instead of talking, I'm going to give you a little piece of that veteran advice because I'm an old man. I'm going to give you a little veteran advice. Quit talking about why you are the way you are and just be who you are. Nobody has to have the story yet. Just be the bad attitude, the joker, whatever you want to call yourself these days. Be Alexander Kelly and tell this man, wherever the hell he is, with his little black pencil whip mustache, tell him, make him believe who in the hell you are. Go.
All right, here we go. This one right here is more directed to the both of you. James, just a little bit ago, you mentioned the fact that people like me and Atomic Titan think we need a championship to make ourselves relevant. I haven't held a championship in 2 years, but I have been making a name on my. I have been making a name for myself on social media for that length of time. When you think of controversy, you think of the name Alexander Kelly.
Put what I told you and you thanked me for. Instead of yelling, why don't you put that bass in your voice and let's hear that intimidation because I don't believe you yet, kid.
I sure as hell don't believe him.
You don't believe me because you're lucky I'm not there in Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, Titan. You don't believe me because when I step into the ring with you, that title reign is as good as over. You don't believe me because when I stepped foot into TBW over 2 years ago, I was a completely different man. I had little to no experience. I was heading into a championship match with Destroyer. I had a lot on my plate. I was going to walk into Showdown. I was determined to take the Intercontinental Championship away from Destroyer, but I just came up too short. I had a lot on my plate, and my match with Lumberjack and TBW wasn't the best. There was a lot of controversy that we're not really going to get into here because we already know that story. I've discussed that story everywhere. But you don't believe me because you don't know what I'm capable of, Titan. That is the only reason these people don't believe me. They don't have faith in me because they haven't seen me. That is the only reason I am doubted. Once I step into the ring with anybody, any wrestler who has ever doubted me, the game changes and the night ends with me on top and a puddle of blood on the canvas from my opponent, whether it's a busted nose, whether it's a cut forehead, whether it's a busted lip, whether it's 2, 3 teeth out of the mouth and blood pouring out the gums of their mouths. I proved them wrong. And that is the only reason no one believes me, because they haven't seen me.
Well, okay. Commissioner B said years of being non-relevant and still not today. Stay in Kentucky because maybe you make a name for yourself there, but when you even think of coming to TBW, you are a small minnow going against sharks. Mr. Alexander Kelly, if you like to rebuttal to that, what do you think of that?
We're going to have to go through another minute of this. Damn.
Okay, give us just
Falling asleep.
about 30 seconds of it. How about that?
Something.
Small minnow going against sharks. Well, these sharks might smell blood. However, this minnow can swim fast and swim circles around all these damn sharks until all these sharks get tired because they've been in TBW for a while. They're getting old. They can't do this anymore. How old is Gage Flair? People call him the workhorse. When I see him compete, he can barely keep up with whoever he is in the ring with. 2 years of being non-relevant, sure. Stay in Kentucky? No. I go where I want to go. I fight who I want to fight. And this man is who I want to fight.
So Alexander Kelly really wants to face you, Titan. What do you think of that? I mean, of all the people that actually want to slap your face, I mean, not saying I'm not one of those, but besides me, don't even worry about it. Kelly wants to come to Tennessee, step foot once again inside Tennessee Backyard Wrestling because he wants to slap your face, Titan. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, you can show up all you want, but you're going to have to earn the opportunity to face a legend like me.
Well,
even if we go back to like a few minutes ago, because I'm still kind of pissed off about that, James, you're going to have to earn that opportunity too. Ain't nobody just stepping in the ring with me.
I don't earn opportunities. I take them, okay? But, I mean, I don't even have to have your stupid title on the line. I probably just want to come there just because I can and just beat the fuck out of you. How about that? But that's beside the point.
That's not going to happen.
Well, you know what? I got something else to piss you off about. A good friend of mine, he seems to be one of your best friends too, Mr. Joshua Allen. Welcome to the Nemesis Sessions. Josh,
this bore fest.
Here you are.
Oh, the
You have something
owner.
you'd like
Are
to
you
say?
going to fire me? I'm the greatest thing you got going today, buddy.
For fuck's sake. Okay, so I've been listening to this little debacle here. What's up, Kelly? It's been a long time. And James, this little egotistical little pipsqueak. Look, people, Tom Bryce has been calling him Hollywood now. Lord forbid.
I could agree.
Well, look, you ain't no Hollywood. No.
What do you wish you were? Oh, okay.
I am who I am for a reason. All right. I don't need some cheap ass sunglasses, a little cheap zoot suit. I don't need a belt to belt either. I've been relevant ever since we began this shithead. All right.
Relevant.
I don't need a belt. I don't need a belt to be relevant.
The last time you were even relevant was when you were paired with that one guy.
That no-name person, but that's
yeah, that idiot.
No, actually, I'll say this: the last time you were relevant was when you were paired with me. Greatness. in the
Oh, for
industry.
God's sake! Who you gonna throw back these days?
Yeah, you turn your back on me like a bitch. That's what you did. It's because you
Yeah.
you couldn't hang on to success.
Wasn't it the other way around?
No, he turned his back on me.
No. You left the. It was you because you wanted to get out of the group, get out of the clique. You wanted to be for the people. And what happened? Here's the real icing on the.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Internet connection went down. Oh, bleh.
Jordan Bearddown's got the popcorn. He's out here just with doing that.
Well, let me just
You know
say
what?
something.
What you got? What you got?
Well,
kid?
you see, Josh, he wants to keep lying on my name about that. That's not even true. You see what he did to me if you know your TBW history.
Sadly,
He didn't win his Gold Rush match, nor did Matthew Joseph. And I was pissed about it. Josh was making calls. You know who he called? Anthony Steele. And come Summer Bash, they both turned their back on me like the snake they are.
You know, and in a way, because of that situation, and that's how I showed up to TBW to take out that trash, and I did that after I beat his ass at season finale 5. We ain't seen him since because I busted his ass open and I took him out. And if anybody could say they've ended a career in TBW in a hardcore street fight style, no holds barred, no disqualification, whatever you want to call it, type match, it's me. And if you remember correctly, there was blood all over that canvas there, Titan. And Mr. Kelly, you really too, either of you two, think that you even hold a candle to someone of my caliber?
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to throw out facts there since you want to talk about me boasting around with 2 jobbers and giving them a stunner wearing a hat looking ridiculous. If anything, I was having fun that day while you were sitting there crying and whining.
I was winning championships that day. I was
winning championships that day. Now
something that you haven't done.
Didn't Steele beat you his first debut in TBW?
Speaking of Anthony Steele, I've got something to say.
Yeah, he did, but you see, that wasn't technically my fault. I would blame my manager at that time. Josh Allen, you can put that blame on him. He didn't prepare me enough. He was taking him as a joke, honestly. So, yeah.
Well, then there you go. But I think you beat him in the second round. So y'all got kind of a rubber match. Don't you owe him a third match one day in the future? Probably, 10 years from now. Who knows? Never say never, right? Kelly, what do you got about Steele?
Me?
No, the jackass behind you. Yeah, you.
Yeah. Speaking of Anthony Steele, Titan, you brought up the fact that the only reason Joshua Allen was relevant was because he was with you. So the only thing that made Joshua Allen relevant was being in a team. Buddy, what happened to Out to Kill? Speaking of Out to Kill, this shows what kind of man you are, Titan.
I don't even know what that group was.
At the WEF Big Rumble, didn't you and Anthony Steele assault Destroyer before his Intercontinental Championship match, leading him to lose? Some champion, right, Titan?
I don't remember that, honestly.
I remember that.
You got bad memory.
I remember that clear as day, Titan. Don't act like it.
Well, I mean, it's probably true, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man, to win the belt. Just like I had to do what I had to do to win this belt.
Well, it looks like Beast is getting sleepy on the fact of what y'all are talking about. I mean, obviously it's boring him. So let's spice it up a little bit. Titan, you clearly have an issue with me. I decided to send out my little warning, letting you know that I'd stun your ass just like that if you kept pushing my buttons. And then you say you want to go out and call me a nerd. Hey, I'm happy, okay? If you don't understand, and it's 2024 like you brought up, nerds are the most popular thing while the boring turtleneck, sunglass wearing pricks are the boring pieces of trash nowadays.
Who plays video games? Everyone that plays video games are losers.
So you're calling Kelly and me a loser? You're calling Joshua Allen? You're probably calling Jordan, maybe even Commissioner Beast himself. You're probably calling the owners of TBW losers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Losers, virgins, possibly.
Why do you got those sunglasses on? Is it bright in that room?
I'll wear it everywhere I go.
You wear.
You got a problem with
because
my
your
look?
eyes are real
You got a
bad?
problem with my look? You got
Are
a
you gonna
problem with my
wear them
look
in
or
a?
something?
Are you gonna wear them in
You
a
want
match
to keep
for your
talking
next
about my
match?
appearance like that? You
Well,
want to keep
you
throwing
look like
shots at me?
smeared cat shit. That's what you
I've
look
already
like.
told you what I would do to you if you showed up. Now, you better,
You know
that's a
what?
warning right there.
I
You don't want
declare
to get
my
under my skin
schedule.
again.
I'm gonna wait for the season 8 trailer whenever it drops, if y'all ever drop the son bitch. And whenever I see a date on there, I might make an appearance that day just because you're provoking me, and I really don't appreciate it, Titan. You look
Well, I
like
mean, I'm
smeared
not
cat
really.
shit.
I've already told you I'm not scared or nothing. So, like,
I don't care if you're scared. You ain't got to be
I
scared.
would be glad if you shown up. Actually,
It's
I hope you
called
do.
fear and respect, and I know
I'm
you
not
got it.
feared. I'm not feared. I'm never feared. Was I
Yeah, you're
scared?
not feared. Nobody fears you, but clearly,
No, like I'm not scared of like you. I wasn't scared of Joe. I wasn't.
look,
I wasn't even scared of Jay Wild. I wasn't scared of Beast when I went against him. I'm not scared of nobody.
you know a lot of things, don't you, Titan?
Yeah, I'm
You're
actually
very intelligent.
I'm very intelligent.
You're very intelligent, but I know something that you don't. You know something that you don't know?
What?
What it's like when I hit you. Because I will hit you, and I'll knock your teeth out, and then you'll pick them up.
I'd like to see you try, buddy. I'd
You'll
love to
say,
see you
"Hey
try.
guys, James Taylor knocked my teeth out again."
I'd love to see you try. It's not gonna happen.
Look, okay, what is this? High school? Is this kindergarten? Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. Look,
I was
kid,
not. I wasn't even
I'll
talking
take
about
that
that.
belt. I'll take that belt and beat your ass black and blue with it. How about that?
You think you can do that?
Just
You
like a
think
parent would.
you think you can do that? Oh wow! Now you want to say you're my parent or something?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna be the dad. You're the son, and you just messed up. And I'm about to tear you a new hide whenever I come
man,
back.
I'm
If
just
I
gonna
ever
let
come
you know.
back.
I'm gonna let you know once I get done with you.
This
You're gonna
old
be in the
thing,
nursing home, man. You're gonna have like someone taking care of you every single day.
this blown out knee that I had from my match with Jay Wild at Anniversary is all healed up now, and everything's starting to work real well. I'm feeling really good, and I mean, anything can happen. I mean, never say never. I'm a free agent in this world right now. I'm a free agent in the wrestling business. And Titan, I mean, if you're really looking for a caliber type matchup that people are going to be talking about for years to come, I mean, that's obviously why you're pushing buttons with me. Is that right? Not somebody like Kelly. Kelly, does that piss you off?
A little. When someone pushes my buttons just a little too much, it gets me fueled up.
Yeah, but does that piss you off that he's poking fingers at me, not you?
A little. I'm the guy you should be focused on.
This
Well,
little
why?
man, this little man right here, he wouldn't show up.
Well, why not? Why don't hey, you know what? Jay Wild used to hold that title that you have right now. What do you think about that?
I mean, was it relevant then? I don't believe so.
Maybe not. I don't know. But I mean, he was.
I mean, does he want another shot? Because I'm pretty sure I beat him a couple times, and I wouldn't mind going up against him. But it's if he deserves it. He lost the world heavyweight title match, his season finale, so he's at the bottom of the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's in the chat, that's watching this, that's in the stream, checking this out. What do you think? Do you think Atomic Titan's title reign is coming to an end very fast once season 8 starts, or do you think this atomic turd is going to hold on to this championship all year long? I'm curious to know what they think. But while we wait for them to say anything, Alexander Kelly, instead of looking around like the little rat mouse, whatever the hell you are doing, what do you think? I mean, Atomic Titan's been on this little reign and running from people with this title. I mean, what do you think of that?
It's been the greatest reign ever, man.
Do you think your title is more relevant than the ringleader winning the world title?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're the cream of the crop. You're the one that's basically the measuring stick of TBW. Is that right?
Yes, I am. I've been there since day one. I've been the best. I proved it. And I have the most relevant title right now in TBW. There's nobody that's going to take that from me. So, you know,
What if Beast wanted to fight you since he's all feeling, scary?
pretty sure I beat him before. He's just another, thing of the past.
Thing of the past.
He doesn't have what it takes.
Well, Titan, you got any questions for me? Because you have the answers to everything.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to know how it's going to feel when I kick your stupid ass.
I probably would cry myself to sleep if that actually happened.
That is going to happen.
I would
and I want you to understand that. I want you to sleep on this tonight in the next few weeks. And then when the first rampage comes of the season, I want you to get in your little happy car, drive to Lafayette, Tennessee, go to the TBW arena, and come and confront me like a man, because I don't think you have the balls to do it.
If you
know what, get
the
get the balls out of your wife's purse and come on and fight Atomic Titan if you have it.
You see, it's so funny that you say that, because I mean, yeah, she puts them in her purse because they're so big, they're so big to handle, and you wouldn't know because you ain't got any.
Oh, okay. You see, you're not factual right there. You see, there's a difference between me and you.
If I came out, you would run. Just admit it. You would not be there. You'd be gone like freaking Speedy Gonzalez.
No, I'd smack you right in the face.
You'd be like
a stunner.
You'd be like one of the little characters in the Flintstones in their car.
You think I'm scared? You think I'm like gonna run from you?
I
of
know
all
you
people,
would run.
I would not run from you. I literally just said to come and confront me if you have the balls, but you're not gonna do it because you're scared. Okay. You're scared. You know what? It'd be in your best interest
I think
right now to sign the dotted line with Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. If you actually want to make your title and your career relevant, whatever. I mean, we could have the match of the century right now, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
What kind of match would we have? I mean, here it is, Josh saying you'd be backpedaling. What kind of match would we have? That would be match of the century.
Oh my God.
Are you going to actually put up a fight? Would you actually put up a fight with me?
You think I'm not going to be a challenge?
I'd stop at nothing. I would run through you. You see, to me, you ain't no hardcore king. I am a tyrant king. You aren't no, icon in this business. You're not nothing relevant inside TBW.
Don't disrespect me like that.
You are nothing but an obstacle. And I
would join
down. Period.
That's not true. See, this guy right here, he keeps spreading lies, keeps talking about that,
Who?
It's not going to happen. You, I'm talking about you. Everything you're saying is untrue. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Just humor the audience then. Humor the audience. Why? How?
Because,
do you think you even stand a chance? Because I'm a nemesis and I will not stop. You can ask somebody like the Prophet. You can ask Anthony Steele. You can ask Gage Flair. You can ask the ringleader who was the commissioner at one point. You can ask any son of a bitch that was inside a ring with the nemesis James Taylor if I will ever stop. Because I will not stop at anything to destroy my target. And you, unfortunately, kid, will be my target if you don't shut your damn pie hole.
I want to be your target, so come on, buddy. I want you to drive up here, come on, and show me what it is. Show me what you're about. Come on. I'm not scared of you. I'm not going to be.
You know what? I'm going to
look. It's in your best interest to come to the most relevant champion right now.
Give me a date. Call your board of directors. You get a date, and when that date pops up, I'll make a post on Instagram, and I will tell you and confirm whenever I show up. And the board of directors better be right there to sign a season 8 contract to yours truly, because I'll sign the son of a bitch. And then when you take your little 110-pound sorry-looking ass out to that ring, I promise you I will answer your challenge. Okay.
Good. That's exactly what I want. That's that fire that is lit under you right now. That's what I want. I want to see that. I said,
Bottom
like I
line
said,
is,
it's in your
without
best.
me, there'd be no TBW, and there would damn sure not be no Atomic
Oh my
Titan.
god. We could have done it without you. I could have done it without you, honestly. You see, you're not even relevant, man. You're
Oh,
not.
what do you think, ladies and germs? Anybody really want to say anything? Kelly, you're just sitting here looking like you're about to fall asleep. I still don't see the bad
I'm
attitude.
falling
If
asleep at
anything,
Atomic
this has been a lesson, kid. This has been a lesson. You know what? I hate to say this, but Titan, do you agree this has been a lesson for both of you and him? If anything, you're standing up. Kelly, you've had a few problems with me yourself. What is it that you want? Because this is going to be a time, this is a moment. 40,000 subscribers on this platform you're in front of that will eventually see this, whether it's right now or later on. You got 11 people in the chat. This is your opportunity to stand up and be a man and show why you deserve to be in this business. Go ahead. Call me out. Call Titan out. I don't care who you talk about. Say something, because this is an opportunity. I'm giving it to you. Here's the stage. Go.
Okay, first of all, this goes to anyone. You don't ever mention the ringleader Russell Cooper's name when you're around me. Second of all, the only thing that I want is a fight. Too long I have been outside of the ring, and I want a fight. It doesn't even have to be for a championship. It doesn't even have to be against some big star like Atomic Titan, like James Taylor, like Gage Flair. It doesn't have to be against anyone that the people know. I just want to fight. I want an ass to kick, and I want to make a name for myself, because I have been unable to do that for the past 2 years. That is way too long if you ask me. All I want to do is make a name for myself. All I want to do is to kick someone's ass. All I want to do is to hurt somebody. No one else ever thought that I had what it took. When I walked into WEF, Destroyer didn't think I had what it took, but I whooped his ass in that gauntlet match in less than 30 seconds. Then I went on and I fought Demolition, whose ass I kicked in less than 2 minutes. Then I went on and I choked out Swamp Man.
Okay.
Then I came up short at Showdown.
Talk about the future. Talk about your future. Talk about what you're going to do.
Talk
about
about
what I'm going to do.
Ain't nobody care about what you've done in the past. Talk about what you're going to do in the future.
You're going to
what I'm going to do in the
TBW.
future.
What would you do to make a name for yourself in TBW? Call the locker room out right now. 30 seconds. Go. Call them out.
All right. The locker room is missing out on somebody who could add so much to the business, whether it be on the mic, whether it be in the ring. Alexander Kelly is your guy. I have been working my ass off since I got put into WEF, and I am here to bring that talent and experience out on a much bigger audience. WEF is shut down. TBW has been up and running for the past 7 years. They are missing out on Alexander Kelly.
Okay, I'm going to critique you. This is a lesson. You're doing good. You're doing good. Titan, what do you think? Rate it, okay? Just put our feud to the side for a minute. Rate that. And what do you think? About 4, 5, 3, 2, 1? What is your rating on that?
Maybe about a 5. I want him to be like
more.
I don't know. I could say, I'm trying to think of the word. You can continue. Yeah.
He's bad attitude, right?
Yeah, I want him to show like he's bad attitude.
Let me give you a 30-second one. I'm going to do mine, calling out the locker room. And then, Titan, how about you give us one of yours? You want to do it first. If you were to show up, season 8, you're going to call out the locker room. What would you do, Titan? How would you go about making your name and calling them out? You want me to do it first, or do you want to do it?
I mean, what I would do, honestly, I would, maybe take some shots at the roster. I mean, you can go first, honestly. I'm trying to.
Cut the promo.
Okay.
Clearly,
Oh, okay. I thought you
TBW
meant-
already understands. If I
Yeah.
showed up, Nemesis James Taylor's here. Every single one of those TBW superstars will be put on notice because my ass is shown back up, and I ain't here to lay down for nobody, not any given second. I don't care if you're a commissioner. I don't care if you weigh 350 fucking pounds. I don't care if you're the world champion. I don't care if you're the workhorse, the woo man, or even the hardcore champion. If I'm in, you can bet your sorry little rotten dollar that I will beat the hell out of you, bar none, because I'm the number one man in this business today, and can't nobody stop me. And I dare a man in TBW or anybody in the backyard industry that's watching right now. I dare any son of a bitch to call me out, get that ring, and tell me different. Period. Oh. Okay, well, there you go. I thought he left and got upset. That's intensity. That's what you call making your claim. That's what you call calling out the locker room. Call them out for the pieces of crap that they are. I dare somebody, dare them, challenge them to step to you. Give them a reason to step to you. Tell them who in the hell you are, Kelly. Tell them who in the hell you are, Titan. Obviously, you've been here for 7 years. You obviously know what you're doing, but you're just an annoying little shrimp anyways. I'd kick your ass right back out off the boat if it was me.
Keep talking.
You know what? I'm going to have a special guest coming on here in just a few minutes whenever he shows up. But this is going to blow the whole industry out of the water because of this guest coming on to a show that he's never come on to before. And it's going to be out of his comfort zone. But nonetheless, he is going to show up. And that right there is probably going to blow your mind, Titan. It's probably going to blow your mind, Kelly. But besides the point, we got somebody like Commissioner Beast, who I know he's obviously watching. He's obviously intrigued. But he's too much of a chicken shit probably to come on here himself. He says the prophecy has a new member. Stay tuned for season 8. I don't give a damn about the prophecy and their little members. You know who it is. Good for you. Happy go forth, because my business with the prophet J Wild Beast, I hope that you're watching. I hope that you're really paying attention. But the business between me and your leader is far from over, because don't think I forgot what happened 6 months ago. All right?
You think I'm scared of like the prophecy, honestly? Because what do? They constantly lose. It don't matter if they add a new member or lose a member. They're still not going to be relevant as me. They're still not going to get a job done like I have. Jay Wild is a loser. Let's face the facts.
Jay Wild is a loser.
And Beast is too.
Well,
I would say that to their face in the ring.
We've been listening to the Hardcore King, and if you got any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please say that. Now, remember, this
and also, let me say this to anybody that
say it.
Well, if anybody, like any new competitor, wants to come along or something, in TBW, want to step up to me, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to earn that opportunity.
Well, I might have somebody right now that's going to come on that probably, if he wanted to, he'd challenge you. I'd believe it if he actually wanted
bring
to.
him on.
But he might not challenge. He might be here to just promote some stuff. He might be here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on a guest. This is going to be a first time for the Nemesis Sessions. No, not really technically, but at the same time for him it will be. He's stepping out of his comfort zone. He's coming here. He's going to be with Atomic Titan. He's going to sit here and talk with Kelly. He might be on here for 2 minutes. He might be on here for 5 minutes. But nonetheless, he is going to grace us with his presence because, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, and this is going to blow everybody out of the water, social media is going to be talking about it. And Titan, if you got anything to say, you can talk to him whenever he's here. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, let me give this man, with all due respect, Mr. Tom Bryce himself, the Reverend from the Sports Wire radio station. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here to plug. He's here to talk about anything he wants. But let me do you one, sir. Thank you for coming on. I'm going to give you a respectful introduction. He is the Reverend Tom Bryce. He's from New York. And ladies and gentlemen, first time ever on the Nemesis Sessions in front of the Hardcore King and in front of the Bad Attitude, it is the Reverend Tom Bryce himself with the sideburns, with the goatee, with the magic mouthpiece. Here he is, live and in color, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Bryce. How you doing, Tom? Welcome to
I wasn't expecting the long intros I usually give on Sports Wire Radio, so I wasn't going to expect you to do that, but I did want to obviously say hello to everybody. Obviously, hello to Hollywood Titan, Hollywood Atomic Titan. I want
That's
to say hello
right.
to our acknowledged hardcore king on Sports by Radio. And Alexander, nice to meet you in video. I'm sure we'll get you on Sports Wire. But I was listening to the show on the way home, and I caught the Nemesis post on Instagram. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. Obviously, I just wanted to also take the time out to thank Hollywood Titan, and obviously you, the Nemesis, for your support of SportsWire Radio over the past year or so. And obviously we've inducted you into the Hall of Fame. I know you're going to join him very soon into the Hall of Fame. We've given you a day. We've acknowledged you. And Alexander, listening to you speak, I certainly hope that, you figure out what's best for you and your career. But I just, wanted to chime in, obviously say hello. And I'm not going to get too much into the middle of what you guys had going on, but I did obviously want to say that, if you have a chance out there, if you are for the first time listening to me or watching me, I hope that you would subscribe to my YouTube channel at SportsWire Radio 6570. And obviously, we have a lot of the guys here that come onto the platform. Also, we're going to have on Sunday somebody you know very well, James Taylor, Cameron Cage, is going to come on live. And I would hope you'd make an appearance because we're actually going to go over the match you had with him at Resurrection Wrestling this past summer. So hopefully you would join us, as I'm going to call the match. Actually, I'm going to actually be on the call because we didn't get a proper call for that match months ago. And I hope that if anybody's out there, they want to see me call some matches. We started to do that here live for the first time on Sports by Radio. So I hope you get a chance to do that. But also, if I could for a second, I'd like to plug something very special. I don't know if people will be around, but if you get a chance on my YouTube channel, to please check it out. This coming Friday, I have an induction ceremony for a gentleman named Mr. Carnage, Sean Duffy. Sean Duffy was from Cutlery Championship Wrestling. We do a lot of work with them overseas in the UK, and he was really a special man to me and a lot of people in that locker room. The Tribal Chief, and you've gotten to know him, the Nemesis James Taylor. That's his home promotion, and he's been to so many. And to me personally, and one of my biggest regrets was I had just started covering the company, and we didn't get a chance to have him on the show, but we're going to induct him into the Hall of Fame. And you might want to tune in also Friday night, because something you guys might want to hear of, ADT is coming back to SportsWire Radio from the Alliance Wrestling. You've probably heard of that name before. So he said a few things about TBW, and I'm going to see what he has to say this time, but I didn't want to take away too much from this conversation, but I just wanted to plug, some of those things. If anybody wants to ask me anything, I'm more than happy to, be grilled. I don't know, whatever you want.
Would any gentlemen like to ask him any questions right here?
Well, I'm going to say that actually, like, when I go on SportsWire, it feels like I'm respected. But when I came onto the Nemesis sessions, you want to, like, start throwing shots at me. So, like, you see the level of, like, respect
well, that's
there.
because this is kind of a different type of style podcast than what the gentleman, Mr. Tom Bryce, has done. Okay, he's a wrestling journalist. He does his sports report. He does all the things that he does because he's the Reverend. He's the one and only. That's his style. Whereas when you're on mine, it's cutthroat. It's raw.
You're the second person that's told me that. It's funny. You're the second person today that's actually told me, Tom, you have a certain style. Our guest earlier today, I'm going to say it, Dustin Hart, who's the CCW Light in the Dark champion, says, Tom, I watch you on SportsWire, and, I get this different, you're different. You get this different perspective. It's kind of funny. You said you're the second person today that's told me that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll take whatever you want to give me.
Well, then there you go. And that's the number one. I'm going to say real quick, and then I'd like to let you guys ask him any questions that you want. I know he's on a short time frame.
No. For you guys, if I'm here. I wasn't going to come on, but you know what? I saw you talking, and I saw Atomic, Mr. Hollywood Titan, obviously. And I like the glasses, by the way. I happen to like the glasses. I happen to like the trench coat. I always say, at least on SportsWire. I know obviously it's been on SportsWire, but I always say that the Atomic Titan, Hollywood Titan, looks like he could be one of the Beatles. But that's
I really hate to say this, Tom, but I disagree with you. It looks like a smeared cat turd to me. But that's
I know a lot of people that come on SportsWire would probably share your opinion, Mr. Taylor. And obviously, the Omen Black said many things about this, and many other people. But that's everybody's entitled to their opinion. We love that. And obviously, Alexander, good to be with you. Yep.
You see, like, I'm tired of his disrespect. I told him, like, if he really wants to, like, face me, to show up at the season premiere, but I don't think he's gonna do it. I really don't.
Well, listen, I would love to see the Nemesis back in TBW. I mean, obviously, I've asked this question a few weeks ago after the Super Bowl. Where is James Taylor going to go? And Yeah, that's still a question to be determined. I mean, who knows? Maybe who knows, right?
I mean, it's in his best interest. So I mean,
Best interest. Okay. Well,
I've heard
besides the
people
point.
say, I've heard
so I'm gonna
people
kick
say
your
you should-
ass.
Listen, I've heard people say you should go to Ohio. I've heard Iowa. I've heard Wisconsin. I've heard the pros. I've heard the Indies. I've even heard the UK. I mean, I've heard back to TBW, Alabama. We spoke about that. I'm not going to go there anymore with that. So, I mean, at this guess, maybe flip a coin and we'll see where you wind up going. Although I happen to say, I just hope to see you all together out there in the ring. You know how I feel about it, Mr. Taylor.
James would mop the floor with Atomic Titan, according to Dean Morris. But anyway,
That's false.
so Atomic Titan, obviously you got your problems with me, and I already answered your challenge. Hey, never say never, because you never know what's going to happen. Tom Bryce, I do want to appreciate you coming on here. You can stay as long as you want. These guys are going to – I wanted to do the little plug for you, ladies and germs. I am going to put a link to Tom Bryce's channel in the description below, so that way if you're watching this in the future, you can go check out his channel. Please go subscribe to him for all things wrestling. And also, what would you like to say? Hashtag all wrestling matters. You know, especially because this is a wrestling niche type YouTube channel. 40,000 people eventually might see this video right here, might see this podcast, Tom.
And almost 63,000 on TikTok, by the way. Don't forget TikTok.
Go.
Make sure you plug yourself there.
63,000 for sure on TikTok, and almost 1,000 on good old Instagram. I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't
good
got
old
the fun
Instagram.
one on there yet, but it's close. But nonetheless, we definitely are going to plug you there. We're going to share all the stuff to get you all the support, and just like we do with Tennessee Backyard Wrestling and anybody else that's on here. But Titan, Tom Bryce is here. You can ask him, besides you and me right now, Tom Bryce is here. Ask him any questions you'd like, and then, of course, we're going to go to Alexander Kelly and have him ask us like why
he can go first.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Alexander Kelly, this is Mr. Tom Bryce, the Reverend himself. I'm pretty sure y'all maybe met. I don't know, but not on a podcast. If anything, here he is live and in color from his humble abode somewhere in New York.
New York City, Staten Island to be exact. I was actually in Brooklyn on the bus home. I was coming back from a radio station. I do a radio show usually Wednesday nights, and I saw it. You know what? When you messaged me, I'm like, should I come home? But then you know what? I was actually like really in a good mood, and I was listening to this talk. And I'm like, you know what? What the heck? I'm gonna come on.
I got an interesting thing real quick before you say
Who's
anything.
Dean Morris? He's irrelevant.
Creepy
Honestly,
Lee.
like,
Here's a scenario.
This guy wants to keep talking trash about me. He's on his computer behind his keyboard.
You've seen Leach. He showed up at TBW one time because of the profit, but he said, here's a scenario I've seen a million times. Opponent says, if I face James Taylor, it would be the best thing ever. James beats them, then you never hear from them again. You know why? Because I end you. And that's exactly what I do to you, Titan. So keep pushing my button.
Listen, you've beat me before, but you kept hearing from me. Did I go away?
Because you were in the ring with me. Fast forward 2 years later, look what you've learned and look what you've accomplished. You're Mr. Hollywood himself, right? If I was to step foot in the ring with you one more time, I really don't want to end your little reign right now. I don't want to end what you got going, because what you got going is pretty good, kid. And if you really, really, really want this, that's gonna be on you.
Let's be honest, James. You were in your last match. You took a big L. When my last match, I took a big W. And there's a big difference there. I think you have what it takes.
I wasn't pinned at the end of that match. I passed out from being busted open. I bled on that canvas.
You know, that's what I would do to you. I'd probably make you pass out from all the chair shots I might give you.
I would love to see that match. You know, it's funny. I don't know if I'm able to say this. So, I'm listening to you guys back and
whatever.
No. It's okay. I know it's been a never-ending theme, and this goes back to being on Sports Wire. I've seen this, but I would love to even see if there's a way on SportsWire, because if I could plug myself again, we actually have gone into the business now of live streaming. We streamed our first match on Friday. James, we watched 2 of your matches this past Sunday. We're gonna do one again with Cameron Cage. Cameron's coming back on the show. I mean, so if there was ever a way, I don't know. I know you're a free agent. We beat that like a dead horse, and then obviously, Mr. Titan's gone to different places before me. I would love to see if there's a will and a way. We could stream this match on SportsWire. People do kind of say, though, I am kind of like the Vince, the former VKM in terms of what he used to be in terms of his ability to promote things. So I would say if there's a will and a way, I would love to see it on SportsWire somehow.
That would be interesting. You know, we could do too. We could call the last match that me and Titan had, the very first one. Who knows?
You know what? I would love to do that at this point. You know, whatever. You know, I think the people would like to see that, and I would love to do that as well. We called you and Jack Delta. I thought that was interesting. You and Jack. I spoke to Jack actually afterwards about the match, and he actually enjoyed the commentary. So that was really nice.
There you go. That's good to know. I'm glad you told me that. Leach said, did Titan go 9-0? Question mark. I don't remember that. No, I think I did. And then said, I think James should go to GTS Wrestling in New Jersey. They're the 6th most watched wrestling.
Well, you know, it's funny you said that. You know, it's funny. GTS, you're actually in luck because that's a company that I actually have a little bit of a connection with, because I don't know if you guys have watched, but there's a friend of mine actually. I'm pretty sure I can say his name drop him. Jimmy Controversy knows quite a bit about that company. He's going to be working for that company coming up this Sunday in a Pro Wrestling Venom versus GTS match. And on top of that, another guy who was their Intercontinental Champion, friend of ours here on SportsWire Radio, named Mikey Anarchy. So, you know, Dean, you know, if you think that that's something that could certainly be arranged, I could certainly message 2 of the people that could certainly pass it along to Graham. But I'm sure Mr. Controversy and Mr. Anarchy definitely know who you are, Mr. Taylor, because they watch shows on SportsWire. They've actually told me that. So, you know, thank you for that. Great comment.
That's great that you say that, because you get guys like Hollywood over here who think that I'm irrelevant, and I don't get that. But hey, it is what it is.
There are a lot of people on SportsWire that watch these. You know, I'm going to say it. There's a lot of people that are around the world that, you know, maybe they don't watch the full thing on YouTube, but they'll watch a clip on Instagram, and people will message me from different places. And they say, you know, who is that guy? Or, you know, that guy, you know, I really, you know, so, you know, be surprised. You know, there's people out there, you know, like Jimmy Controversy, who's, you know, a big SportsWire fan. You know, if you want something done, you know, I could certainly, you know, make that happen maybe.
Hey, you're more than welcome to say whatever you need. Just give them a little glimpse. And Titan, this is you in season 8 of TBW. If I showed up, just like that.
Oh, really? That's not going to be me. That's going to be you.
Just like that, kid. Just like that. Alexander Kelly, you've been quiet. You've been a mute. We can't have a mute here on this show. You have an opportunity to speak to Tom Bryce. Titan, you got a lot to say.
Oh, we lost him there. Okay, there we go.
Alexander Kelly, please, sir, grace us and tell us what is on your mind. Talk to Mr. Tom Bryce. Here he is.
I mean, there's a lot on my mind. If anything, I got to return to backyard wrestling some way, somehow. And Tom, you're the interview guy, so if anything, you should be asking me the questions.
Well, I mean, I've been listening to you, and you know, I certainly, you know, appreciate your journey and such, and obviously, you know, I'm sure that the audience definitely, you know, they're interested. But I think you got to go out there in the ring at this point. I think ultimately, you know, these guys here, you know, Titan and the Nemesis James Taylor, they're established. I think the question for you going forward is, you know, who will have you in a ring, and you know what you do or what you need to do to establish yourself. So I think ultimately, you know, it's great that you're on here, and the Nemesis is definitely, you know, doing his quote unquote investigative journalistic work by, you know, bringing you on, and certainly having, you know, Hollywood Titan on it. And I know Mr. Allen was on here earlier, but I think ultimately for you, I don't think I could ask you questions at the moment. I'm sure you'll come on SportsWire and we'll talk about that further. But I think ultimately for you, you got to go find a place that'll take you. You got to go sharpen those skills, and you got to get back out there in that ring. These guys, I don't know if they could answer that question for you. I'm sure certainly people around, you know, the Midwest and the South, you know, are going to be watching this, and, you know, they're going to certainly look at, you know, your talking skills. No question. You can definitely, you know, go on a microphone, but, you know, you got to go out there in a ring at this point. So, I mean, I don't know for me, you know, what I could necessarily say to endorse you for that. But, you know, you got to go out there and want it. You know, you got to go out there and work. You know, one of the worst things that actually, you know, I saw James kind of in a way politely chiding you, but just coming back from a radio station where I was, the worst thing you could have is dead air and silence. So you had a little bit of that. So I think basically what you got to do is you got to go out there and want it. Just go out. Yes, you're going to come on SportsWire. I'm going to bring you on in the next few weeks. And we're going to definitely, you know, get into that. We're going to deep dive, you know, where and who is Alexander Kelly. But the big thing that I learned from tonight and why I'm on here also is that you've got to go out there and continue on that journey to find yourself. Will TBW bring you back? That's up to them. I couldn't answer. Would the guys in Alabama, would the guys in Iowa, would the guys in Michigan, would the guys in Wisconsin, would the guys anywhere else out there in the yard bring you back? That's up to them. I don't certainly make those decisions, but I certainly am looking forward to seeing more from you in the future and, getting back out there in the ring. These guys are established. These guys, James Taylor's been doing it since 98 and, Titan's been doing it since 2016. So these guys, they've done it. So, for me, the question's going to be is when you come on SportsWire, we'll certainly talk about it, but you got to go out there and be aggressive. These guys know how to talk. These guys are going to run circles around you. These guys are going to eat you up like it's going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you've got to go out there and just, push yourself through. You're almost like opening a door and going through it. So, obviously, I'm hoping that you get back out there in the ring. There's a lot of people rooting for you, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you got to go for it.
The only way you're going to be able to do what you need to do, Kelly, is to listen and take constructive criticism, especially you being young the way you are. You got to be able to take that criticism and turn from it. Look at a guy like John Cena. I hate that. That's a big name drop. John Cena was criticized when he first got to WWE. And then even when he won his first world title, guys like Triple H thought he was a joke and he wasn't.
They wanted to release him in 2003. He talked about it. He was on an interview and he said that they wanted to release him, but because he could rap and by luck Stephanie McMahon liked him, that he hung around. And you just never know. There's a lot of stuff, people have opinion. First impression's the most important impression. Yeah. So that's what it comes down to.
So that right there you should take as an inspiration. If anything, I was criticized my whole career when I first started. I get criticized to this day about being a stone cold knockoff. All I do is use the shit to fuel me. That's all it is now to me, is fuel. Just like Atomic Titan.
Look at what people say about TBW, but look at what people say about TBW. But TBW is the place that was on Barstool. TBW is the place that has 7,000 subscribers. TBW is the place that everybody mentions in their mouth. So clearly, at the end of the day, people are jealous, and people, look at success and they look at it in different ways. So you got to get out there and want it. It's like anything else.
Yeah.
Look, I'll say this to him I'm going to be out of character. It sucks that WEF shut down. They were a good partnership with TBW. I hate that happened.
I have a lot to say about that, actually.
And, I wish they didn't shut down. But like I said, I'm going to say this. Look at me like a difference from 3 years ago to now. Look at you can tell a difference in my matches. It's there's people that's helped me. I couldn't even take a bump, literally. You can ask James that.
Every time I'm there, what do I tell you? I say, take that bump. I'm yelling match.
And one of my best matches was eventually, when I got the hang of it, was against James. He helped me a lot. And then Blake Lewis right after that. I started picking up and I started learning more. But like I'm saying, take criticism, like James said, and learn from it, and you'll get out there.
There you go.
And I just want to say hello, obviously, to a couple of people in the chat. I want to say hello to Commissioner Beast. Commissioner Beast, good to see you, and thank you, Jordan, for the kind words. But go ahead, Mr. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to say. I've listened to what y'all said about the whole taking constructive criticism and learn off it. But here's the thing. Since WEF shut down, I've had literally nowhere to go. I've had to ask companies to sign me because the one thing that I don't have is transportation, and it fucking sucks. I have to ask for companies to allow me to be me, and I've been doing that on social media for the past 2 years, have I not? The one thing I don't have is transportation, and anytime someone gives me constructive criticism, I can't do shit about it because I've got nowhere to go and nothing to do. When someone tells me to train, I don't have a ring. I can't just randomly waltz into a company and take a bump. I take the criticism because it fuels me, but I don't have anywhere to go, and I can't prove these people wrong. So I'm not saying they're right. I'm saying I can't do shit about it.
I get that. So I want to give you two small things real quick. That way everybody else can talk, because I want y'all to talk. Two things real quick. one I've given you. I reached out to you because I see potential in you, kid. And I don't just reach out to anybody. I'm a busy man. Everybody's busy doing their things. But I reached out to you because I've seen something in you. You're not the greatest wrestler, but you got heart. You got heart. You got some training to do. You can tell that you've got the fire to want to learn. That's the number one thing. Taking the criticism is another thing. But instead of being upset and I can't do this, I can't do that, there's your second goal. It's a goal. I'm going to work my ass off, whether it's at a McDonald's, whatever job you got, work your ass off to get you transportation to go towards your goals for your dreams. When you get the car, I didn't get my first car. This is how old I am. I didn't get my first car until I was 21. Can you believe that? Fun fact. Little fun fact for everybody out there in the rest of the world. Old Taft Taylor never got his first car until he was 21 years old. I didn't get my first phone until I was 22. My own cell phone. But of course, back then we didn't have smartphones. We had the little flip phones and shit like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't given anything. I grew up in a trailer. Everything I have to this day, clothes on my back, I busted my ass for. And that's because all I would do is see people who had everything I wanted. And I said, I'm going to be there one day. I want that. And I scratched and I clawed to get where I'm at today. And you can do it too.
Listen, very few people in this line of work or any work are going to be a Randy Orton or a Charlotte Flair or anybody with a famous name, even a Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, even them. They had to work for it. At the end of the day, you definitely, I think you have a good voice. You definitely can talk. And, if you want it, the old adage is there's a will, there's a way. Guys go out there and travel all the time. So ultimately, I hope you make it. And I hope that, your dreams come true. And like anybody else, I don't think anybody's rooting against you. I think ultimately it's a matter of, what you want to do. Listen, not to toot my own horn, but I started 5+ years ago on a Skype call and a sound mixer. I never did radio before. I always watched interviews in the background. And I just kind of decided my friend and I at the time was an ex-high school football player here locally. We were going to do a podcast and I just kept going and doing it. And I used my contacts and I leveraged my connections and, got into a couple of breaks, and I'm speaking to you guys. So listen, you never know. Ultimately, I hope it works out for you. I really do.
Titan over here looking like a floating head.
He doesn't need to. He's Hollywood Titan. He doesn't have to say anything right now because he's the only TBW Grand Slam champion. He would say, "Are you going to air guitar with that belt next? Are you going to start with the air guitar?" Because I was listening to it was Mick Foley on his podcast, and he was kind of mimicking the Hogan air guitar, and I'm almost waiting for next. Maybe Hollywood Titan will do the air guitarring next with the hardcore time.
After the NWO theme.
Yeah, I think he was doing that when it was Voodoo Child. Also, they come out to Voodoo Child. They put the screen black and white. And he'd come out there and he'd do the But it was kind of like we were seeing a 40-something-year-old old man air guitar. Is a little weird. Hollywood Titan, I don't think it'd be as weird. But but I don't want to give ideas because people will kill me if I all of a sudden gave ideas here. But we'll see. You never know for season 8 coming up.
So I'm going to kind of do what Mr. Tom Bryce likes to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap things up, and I'm going to let you guys have the floor to say any of your little final thoughts that you'd like. And that way, we really want to appreciate you, Tom, for coming on here. And Titan, you're a little bastard. You pissed me off, but I do appreciate you being here. And Kelly, you yourself, you got a lot to learn, but do not take that as a bad thing if people don't believe in you or if they're saying, who are you? If anything, use that as your fuel and just keep going with it. Remember, I have reached out to you. I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but if anything, I'm doing what I can to give you that little exposure and help train you along to boost you a little bit. I never had nothing like that. Some people probably, Titan didn't even have that. Titan and Josh built TBW from the ground up, and look where it's at today.
Yeah, literally.
Like Tom just said. Tom just did what he did. He started out on the Skype call, and look where he's at today. I came from nothing. I started with a PlayStation and got my YouTube up and my TikTok up to where
you were on the camcorders, and even back in '98. You were on stuff that nobody would even. They look at almost like
VHS tapes. That's
yeah,
what
exactly.
I'm using camcorders, the big freaking heavy ones that you even see in WWE today, the big heavy motherfuckers. Yep. That's what we were using.
I think Sean Jovi, when we had Sean Jovi on, I think he mentioned he started the same way. Sean, the Resident Rock, the same way. There you go.
So everybody that could come from nothing to something, that's where you're going to be relevant. And don't look, you're young. It's going to happen. Okay. But anyways, we're going to let it go ahead and end it out. We're going to start you out with Kelly. This is your opportunity with the floor. Have a few minutes, say whatever you want to get in your mind real quick, and then we'll go around the block.
Look, I appreciate the advice, but like, I'm at the end of my fucking rope right now. I've got nowhere to go. I've got nothing to do. Don't have a fucking job. I can't find one.
You don't have motivation?
I do have motivation. I've been motivated for 6 years.
Okay.
The only thing I want to do is wrestle. But the thing is, I need a company to open the door for me. That's all I need.
Well, in a sort of way, maybe. I'm not going to speak for them. They'll have to say it more. But in a way, I kind of think you have a company that will open up, but it's a matter of you getting there. And that's where you have to really work to find your way to get there.
If you want it, then
and like
you
and
gotta work towards it.
Like Atomic Titan said, it really does suck that WWF shut down. They had a lot of plans for me. Like, one of the plans is they were going to make me the United States champion and lead the Dark Disciples faction and essentially make me their Roman Reigns. And if that had happened, might be talked about more than I am now.
Well,
and,
don't get upset about it because it didn't happen. That just means something better is waiting for you. You just gotta wait.
I use WEF as a backbone to help build RUW more than it already was. For over 2 years, Chris Nitro has been the #1 contender for the RUW World Heavyweight Championship. In those 2 years, the title changed hands, went from me to Drake Danger to vacant.
Okay.
For a while, Chris has been the #1 contender, and I want to take advantage of that.
I mean, do they have any interest anymore in like opening back up, or I haven't really talked to them.
Oh hell yeah! Like RUW is still a company. I still do like promos and shit for it. But the thing is, like, it's the wrestling I want to do, because for the past like 3 years, promos is all we've been doing, and I'm tired of RUW just being a promo company. You know.
Understandable. Well, it's gonna happen. Just be a little bit more patient. Something will happen. Titan, is there anything that you'd like to talk about that you want to plug?
Well, I mean, you literally got to start somewhere. It was literally just an idea with me and Josh. Like, literally one day, like sophomore, like in high school, I literally like went up to him. You know, we were watching like wrestling on YouTube and stuff in school. And I was like, "Hey, you want to like start like backyard wrestling?" That's how. I mean, it was just that, like, because we were like watching like KBW and all them, and that's where we. Then literally, I just went to his house. It was just me, him, and his brother Adam, and literally we didn't have like barely any like championships at that time. Maybe like a $20 one from Walmart. Or literally, we just like, okay, one thing I remember is going to like a library and printing off like this like paper to go over the title just to cover up like the WWE logo. But like,
there you go.
We almost shut down a few times, but you know, thankful to the people that are in TBW now. It's helped it grow a lot, and you know, me and Josh are really appreciative of that. So, you know, you got to start somewhere. If it takes, you know, trying to get a job, to get a car, to be able to travel, to make it to TBW, then work towards that. Do everything you can to try to earn money to save up for a car to do that. And I believe you can do it. Anything's possible.
Jordan says, have a good night, guys. Thank you for an awesome stream. Looking forward to TBW.
TBW will be back in like 2 or 3 weeks.
There you go.
Trailer should be dropped sometime, possibly tomorrow, maybe Friday, Saturday.
So stay tuned to that.
Well, I'm on SportsWire tomorrow, so I mean, I'm on a couple times. So maybe by the time I'm on the air, we'll talk about it. That's something good. Thank you for giving me something to talk about tomorrow. And I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll get to what my final thoughts are. But thank you for the nice trailer there.
You got any other final thoughts or plugs you want to throw at Titan before?
Just like I said, just if he wants it, he needs to work towards it. I believe anybody can do it.
Okay, good deal. You hear that, Kelly?
And we're open to having anybody in TBW. We just want everybody that does want to come with a good attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like, oh, I deserve this and that, and we'll teach you how to do the moves correctly and stuff. It might, I mean, I don't know the experience last time that you had, but obviously we could just move on from that if something happened. But
I mean, if you want to discuss that, we can. It's up to y'all, though.
But literally, we could help you. We're willing to help anybody. That's all I say.
It's fine. So, look, I'm gonna put everybody's links to their social medias and everything down in the description below, so that way everybody can find a way to get in contact with them or to watch their content. Be sure to do that. You can check out our Alexander Kelly and his RUW on YouTube and Instagram and all that good jazz. Maybe even your TikTok if you want. Just send me the link to that, Kelly. Titan, thanks for you. Wrestling. And Mr. Tom, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to thank you, obviously, the Nemesis, for letting me come on here, and fellow operatives for tuning in here and watching me babble on for the last half hour or so. But if I could, I try to always make people laugh at this point. I figure at this point we can always, unite in some ways by some of my bad jokes. But I'm only kidding there. But obviously, I did want to thank the people that have supported the SportsWire brand. I was on my radio station earlier today, and we were talking, and I had more subscribers and more followers than the guy that I co-host a radio show with. So that shows you I appreciate the people's support. But I actually wanted to say I have a show coming today now. I think it's about either 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's actually for a young girl who's fighting. She has Ewing sarcoma. It's out for a company I'm doing some work with, Amplified and Enterprise Wrestling. I have a guy, Brandon Castelli. Brandon, you've probably seen. He's been in VTW, DBW, a number of different companies, and Brandon's going to come on the show, and he's actually wrestling a match. It's coming this Saturday. It's Fight for a Cure with Enterprise and Amplified Wrestling. I've endorsed the show. I've actually bought tickets for people to show up. Anybody that's in that area, in the Pennsylvania, Mid-Atlantic area, wants to go to the show. I've actually, bought tickets for people to go out and support the cause. It's a personal cause. A poor young girl is going through a lot, and if anybody wants to tune in, you're welcome to catch me there. I'll be on later today with Sugar Ray Taylor, guy from the UK, wrestled in America. He was trained by the legendary Marty Jones. If you're a wrestling fan, look up Marty Jones in the old World of Sport days. Think of the British Bulldog, the Dynamite Kid, all those great wrestlers out there. So I hope that you catch me there. And James, we're going to see you Sunday because we're going to call your match with Cameron Cage. I know Hollywood Titan's going to be back because we're going to call, I think, your match with him because I think that's something I want to do for a while. And Alexander, I definitely want to have you back on the platform, and I don't want to take up too much of people's time because my running joke is I'm like the Jack Delta of interviews. I've done like 150 interviews in 100+ days. So I don't think anybody wants to see any more of my mugshot enough on here. But obviously, we're on SportsWire Radio at 6579. We're on Facebook at SportsWire Radio. Just passed over 2,000 followers on my personal Facebook page at Tom Bryce. I'm at sportswireradio.org. We have an internet radio station 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can listen to all of our great content. And also hello to your cat as well once again. And I'm on Instagram. I've said enough. James, you can take the floor. People, they see me all the time, so you can go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We definitely want to say thank you for definitely coming on here. I was saying a little bit out of your comfort zone, but at the same time, maybe not because.
No, you know what? I got to be honest real quick. I've actually done, because we have an internet radio station on SportsWire, and I say this all the time, my shows, I do this, right? The radio, we do free of charge. I actually go out, I do it, and I give people an opportunity in the community. We have like 14 podcasts, and we have the SportsWire Radio Hall of Fame you're a member of, and I have like 4 podcasts that we have on the station. I went on their shows and inducted them in the Hall of Fame. So I've done like 5 podcasts in like a month. I mean, so yeah, in addition to the SportsWire shows, I've been on a radio station every Wednesday night, and I've done like 5 podcasts now, like a month and a half. So yeah, so
Wow.
not at all. Felt
That's
like I've
pretty
been
cool.
yeah.
I might need to
Great.
see about getting, unless I don't even know, or getting my, some of my episodes on your
I
radio.
would love that. I would love if you had the audio version. Anytime you want to play the audio on the radio, I have. Actually, Joshua was supposed to give me his show. He had a podcast for a while, Josh, Mr. Allen, and I guess maybe he's redoing that later in the year. And
Maybe, I don't know.
TBK has his podcast. I played his podcast a few times. He's had them from time to time. And Peter Richards did one a couple times. He played on the radio. So, yeah, we have a lot of shows. We have like 14 or 15 podcasts. The guys from XCW, Fleck and Jaden, I don't want to say his real name because you might know who he might be, but they have a podcast. It's called Giving Receipts, and they're on the stage with a lot of shows all over the world. So, yeah, if you want to play the audio versions anytime, I would love to have them. That way, when I'm prepping for your like match, I can go listen to that in the background. So, yeah, of course.
Well, then I could probably put that as a little thing. Lay it down in the comment section below, ladies and germs, if you're watching this or you're listening to this by any chance. And if you'd like to hear more audio versions of the Nemesis sessions, because I do have one episode on my Spotify account, and I could get it on an Audible account as well, then let me know down in the comment section below. Please be sure to check out all these guys. You got Alex Kelly, Mr. Atomic Titan, the Hardcore King himself from Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, and of course the Reverend Tom Bryce, the owner of Sports Wire Radio. Please go and check all these gentlemen out. This is the Nemesis James Taylor. Definitely check me out, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, hit that bell, anything you can to be able to get the notifications that you need, so that way you never miss a podcast, you never miss a stream. From myself, go check out my TikTok, 63,000, all wrestling content on that as well. And ladies and germs, Tom, Titan, and Kelly, thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you all. We'll catch you down the road. See you all down.
All wrestling matters.
All wrestling matters.